that I have been here on this planet, almost 50 years, ever had to prove to anyone my citizenship. And I'm not about to prove my citizenship to anyone now. Many of us have had fathers, uncles, grandparents, brothers, cousins, nephews who have fought for the right for us to say what we're saying. And this is part of the issue too. If you're to look at the membership of our military and all of its concerned wars, you will know that we have been well represented and sometimes overly represented. We have done our share. We are Americans as much as we are Chicanos, as much as we are brothers and sisters of our Mexicanos and other immigrants who come here. We don't need to destroy anyone's flag. This is about respecting human rights as much as anything else. So please be conscious of that. All right? Lupe is going to address you now on the rules of our engagement for today. It is important that you adhere to the rules so that we really will be able to do what our Mecha students have started to do, and that is to educate our community about what the real issues are involved in 187. Okay,
Okay, Rasta, welcome! What's our purpose to defeat? What proposition do you want to destroy? You want to get rid of? What? Órale! Okay, let's get started now. Everybody quiet down. Okay, before we get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Guadalupe Diaz, and I'm the president for here for Fullerton JC Mecha. Okay, before I start, I'm going to read you guys the rules for the school policy. Okay, as it says here, rules of conduct for today's events are as follows. Individuals, acts, or demonstrations will interfere with free movement on campus or in buildings of students, faculty, classified personnel, or guests of the district, which obstruct any employee of the district in the performance of his or her duties, which makes a disturbance that interferes with classroom instructions, or which willfully interferes with the conduct of classes are forbidden. In other words, respect the school. Okay, anyways, this is what basic said, is to respect the school campus. Don't get out of hand. We're here to have a peaceful rally against 187 so we can get rid of this proposition, this unconstitutional proposition. Okay. Okay, we're gonna start now. What we're gonna have here is we have two mics. One is gonna be for people here who support 187. Because the school says that we have to have a two-sided issue. So if they talk, don't boo them. We have to give them respect as you guys want them to give us respect, all right?
So what do you think about 187? I'm against it. How are you?
We're going to ask you, I know.
I see everybody out today. say I like to see people motivated by political what this country is made. Now, I'm not for or against 187 yet, but what I haven't heard is an educated opinion. All I've heard is a lot of emotion. Hey, I want to hear a critical response. I'm not against you. I'm all for a movement. I am all for hearing about it, but what I want to hear from the response is a critical, a reasoning, logical solution to what we're talking about here. I just don't want to hear a lot of, hey, let's get it going. I want to hear some solutions. I want to hear some education, not just a bunch of rip-rock. God bless you all.
My name is Carlos de Rosas. I'm a junior at Cal State University, Fullerton. I'm a member of the Chicano Poets Society. And in response to this gentleman's thoughts, I'm going to give him a response. But I'm going to do it in a non-violent way through poetry, because that's what the Chicano Poets Society preaches, and that's what we're all about. It's dealing with this, taking away of this right, higher education, and it goes something like this. Higher education, it's what everybody should take advantage of, no matter if you're white, black, Asian, Persian, wherever you come from. Higher education should be everybody's lifelong goals. It's the key to a better future, and it gives you personal identity. It gives you the knowledge and the power to succeed, to go for that degree. Higher education is for the few. It's not for the few, but for everybody. And higher education is a God-given right, not a privilege. Thank you.
Hey guys, I just want to say I'm really excited to see you guys out here, because this is what our nation is formed on. People getting together and saying, we want this or we don't want this kind of government. But just let me express a few concerns I have about the opposition to 187, and that is simply that I feel we are very fair in our immigration policy. I feel allowing 320,000 people from Mexico into the country who are entitled to all the benefits from the government. They're entitled to work. They're entitled to education. They're entitled to all the scarce resources we have. All of them. Every single benefit they're entitled to.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm going to give you your time. You need to understand, I already explained to you what the rules of our process were today. If at any time you don't abide by those rules, the process stops, right? We cannot be tolerant only of those people who agree with...
That's what Flyler versus Doe said in 1982. The Supreme Court said that. But the
Yeah, we all have a right to it. We pay taxes, but we don't get to get our taxes back because we're afraid to file for
The bill is taking the position that if you are attending a public school or public facility, we just want to report that to the government. Under President Clinton, nothing's going to be done anyway.
The school districts will not
I say no on Prop
once
187.
they report you on that.
That would be a very, very legitimate fear I would have if I were in your...
Exactly, that's what our fears.
But the school
I see the
district...
signs out here, Latinos, Unidos, Alto Agresista.
Not a green card.
What the heck does that mean?
Right.
This is
Even
one about
in
what
Nelson.
The school district has no jurisdiction over that. They are required... All they can do is set up...
Guys, it's your ignorant attitudes that are going to keep anybody from learning anything here. Come on. This is about illegal immigrants and legal immigrants. This is not about college students. I stand here and I listen to you people speak and you talk about how you guys don't have a right to an education if this bill passes. In nowhere in this bill does it have anything to say about your right to come over here and attend a public university. This is about lower
Already this
education. This is
semester,
about
people who were coming
education
to
and
attempt
social
to
services
register
for
at the
illegal
community college
immigrants.
were required
Whether
to
they be
present their
Mexican,
green
whether
card.
they be
And if they didn't
Korean,
have
it doesn't matter what they are,
they
because
could
they're
not
illegal.
register.
That's what it is about.
There's a difference
It hurts
between
me to
that
see that you
and
people have
kicking
to
them
unite
out.
here.
They don't even get a chance to
Under
come in. And
pretense
that's the
of
same thing that's
racial
happening here.
Okay, so anybody enrolled right now is going to be kicked out of school if this passes. Do you really believe that?
Yes, they're already been out. The forms have already been done. The forms have already been produced.
This school has the capacity for 18,000 students.
It has capacity for more. A few years ago we had to...
Capacity for 18,000, we have 21,500 enrolled.
And we've had over 23,000 on this campus.
See, that's why you have overcrowding. That's why people can't get, like
It's
me,
not
I
the
can't
issue
get my
of overcrowding.
classes.
It's not the issue. You know what that is? That's because we've always been underfunded. We've never been given the appropriate expenditure for the number of students that we teach.
Well, you can argue that maybe instead of telling people they can't come here, we need to give more money. But there's also the question of, can we afford it, and do we even have the facilities to teach people? I mean, we are fully staffed. We are a fully staffed college.
Our district is not fully staffed. We're understaffed, and that's one of the reasons why on our campus they go by district. It's the way the formulas that the state has set up that does not allow Fullerton College to grow.
Now, I'll agree
Our
that there have
district
been
goes
cutbacks.
along with Cypress.
Remember, Rasa, for everybody, you can only speak once to state your opinion.
Overpopulated.
So the
And the students won't go to
The
Cypress. They
problem at
come here.
Fullerton College is we have a large staff, but then we have a lot of part-time teachers. But as far as
We almost have
classes,
nothing in my division.
Okay, to respond to
division?
what
Social
his
sciences.
thoughts were, okay, no,
we have just as
187
many
is
courses
not
this year as in the
That's
past.
right, because the full-timers are
but
teaching
it
them, not
is
part-timers.
towards Latinos. We are the majority
We cut
coming
back
over
over
here.
600
So
sections from last year
basically,
to this year.
that's who they're trying
So
to
do you
get
want more
to, the
part-time
Latinos.
teachers?
We are here,
No,
we
because
have rights to
one of the
vote.
issues that we
will.
I'm a citizen? Forget it. I don't think so. I'm going to not 187.
Before 187?
We're not limiting it. It has to go both ways. They don't have anything else.
Okay. My name is Frank Landry, and I'm a student here at Fullerton College. I'm also Hispanic. What I want to say right now is that I'm voting no for 187, but when I see all the flag and everything going around, you guys should be waving the American flag, okay? And all those of you that came from Fullerton Union High School need to be getting your education in school right now. Then coming over and making your statements, all right? It is not, the issue is not about, listen to me, all right? I'm not for 187. It is not just about Latinos. It's about Koreans, it's about Asians, it's about everybody. It's not just Chicanos. I'm Hispanic, and you don't see me out here rooting on Chicanos. Yeah, Chicanos, Latino power or anything like that. I'm not out here for that. Okay, no on 187. All right? Go ahead.
It's an organization of Chicano veterans from all the wars, from World War II, Korea, Vietnam. I want to let you know that the National and State GI Forum, we passed a resolution against 187 in August. And what I want to, a lot has been said about the American flag. We don't have to prove our loyalty to no one. We have carried the American flag in Europe and in the Pacific and in Vietnam, and we have 38 Medal of Honor. We have 38 Medal of Honor recipients, and I met with 6 of them in Santa Clara during the convention. And out of the 38 Medal of Honor, there were 2 Medal of Honor recipients that were immigrants. So we are proud to be American. We're proud to defend our country, and we're still defending our country overseas. And the other thing I want to say is that also MAPA, the Mexican American Political Association here in Orange County, the Anaheim Greater Chapter, also opposes 187. And I want to remind all of you that are registered to vote, that's where the key is. Vote against 187 and vote against all these estos políticos falsos. Gracias.
Rafa, por favor, back up and sit down.
Please!
Please!
Please! Grass is wet. Sit down so people can see behind you.
Guys, this is no longer a racial issue here.
Please have a seat so people can see behind you.
You guys have to get past the fact that you think this is a racial issue. This is about illegal immigration and legal immigration. Should some of you choose not to be legal residents of the United States, hey, no problem. But what you have to understand is you can't come over here and reap the benefits without sowing the seed.
Yeah, you take some of these pictures.
Every day.
Hey! Hey! Listen up!
Rafa, listen up! If you guys park your cars on the street and start your towing away. Towing away cars.
One person go move the car. One person. Hey, you guys got to take off. Lupe, we need to have this guy speak. Go ahead, hurry up.
Look, guys. Look, guys, I don't have a...
Okay, you know, this was a forum. This was expected to be a forum. It may be that some of you are not aware of what a forum is, but the purpose of a forum is to educate. You cannot learn while you are talking. If you want to address or counter a position, you have the right to come forward, to put your name on the list, and to speak then. You may not like what he has to say or what she may have to say, whoever comes here to speak, but they have the right to say it. And you owe them the responsibility. That's part of being a citizen. You're citizens, I'm citizen too. That's part of our responsibility. All right? It works both ways.
You know, guys, you sit back and you think that I'm a racist standing here, and you think because I have an opinion on a certain issue, that I dislike you because of the race that you are and the color that you have. This is not about race or about color or about ethnicity. What this is about is a bunch of people that are having a lot of trouble getting along. Some people come to this nation illegally and they cause problems for the legal immigrants and for the people that try and do things the proper, correct way. If you're contributing to this society, then there's no reason why you shouldn't come. Come as you will and do it legally. But when you come illegally, you're taking away from society. You're hurting society as a whole, and therefore you're pulling each other apart. So as you go to vote, or if you're going to the polls, or if you're even registered to vote, half of you I'm sure probably are, then express your feelings that way. But don't come in time is already
My name is Greta, and I'm representing Valencia High School. We came here today
solve illegal immigration problems. We feel that they come over here to work, and so they could hope the politicians didn't say anything to send them back to Mexico. You know, that's the problem that they want to solve. We feel that they should penalize employers that hire them more. We feel that the children need to get an education. We came here because we want to be heard out and we can't vote. We want anybody that can't vote to vote no on Proposition 187. Thank you.
I'm still here, and I haven't. Right there. I'm still here, and I haven't heard any substance. I've still heard a lot of emotion. I don't think we disagree that you have a right to education. We all agree that we want a right to education. We want better jobs. You want better jobs. But I want to hear some substance. Nobody here on either side yet has convinced me on 187. All I've heard is emotion. I want to hear substance. Give me substance.
¡Viva la raza! ¡Viva la raza! ¡Chicano! All right, this is a response to the guy over there. He says this is not racist. But what is racist? This 187 says that people are suspicious. It's going to be asked for documentation. Because you're brown or you have an accent or a last name that doesn't sound American. Now, he might be an immigrant, he might be from Sweden or something, but they won't ask him because he's white. Not because he's white. I'm brown, they don't ask me. No. I love Aslan. Who loves Aslan? They call me a wetback, an immigrant. I ain't no immigrant. We were here before they came here. No, hold on. I ain't no wetback because I didn't cross no fucking. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I can't. Thank you.
Finish what he has to say.
Hold on. I'd like to apologize. It was a mistake. But I ain't no wetback because I didn't cross no river. Okay? Now, they crossed an ocean. Who got wet? I didn't.
Look to the back, it's too crowded in the middle. Yeah.
Julio back in los fronteras de los Estados Unidos de America. Okay? I'm not a pledge of allegiance to Spanish. Means the same to you guys as it means to me.
Raza, come on, settle down, por favor. Let him say what he has to say.
People view me as opposed to the Hispanic race, and I resent that. I feel you're a chosen people, and you're a great people. God loves you as much as He loves anybody. Okay, you might even see the day when California is taken by the Hispanic people. That might happen, the Latinos, I'm sorry. Okay, that might happen, I wish you the best of luck. But when California, or Southern California, is dominated by Latinos, and you still got people of 40 applications for every job available, when you still have people massively unemployed, and you're paying over 50% of your income to support the unemployed, I don't think you'll see it as a Latino or a racial issue. You'll see it about an issue about people wanting to support families.
Back up a little bit. I mean,
we've got to support the people who are here now, not let more in the future, just for the sake of letting them in. Or else we're going to cut our own throat.
Yeah.
Excuse me, where's the march coming back up to? What street? I don't know.
Californians, with 15% of the precincts reporting, we are estimating this proposition to go down with the defeat at this time of 77% compared to 23% voting yes.
Proposition 1, all voting no.
Now for Proposition 189, this is the abandoned. And for Proposition 191, the
187 headquarters?
at the Biltmore Hotel.
That's right.
Here.
Right you are, and I don't know if you can hear from behind me right now, but it has gotten a lot more vocal here at the No on 187 headquarters. The room has been filled most of the night with educators, politicians, and activists fighting to defeat this proposition. Just now, a group of, I guess, Roosevelt High School kids have just come in shouting several slogans. One of them, yes, we can, really loosely translated there. One of the students is here with me now. Tell me your story.
No, I'm from Mexico, man. I'm a legal alien, but I want to get my citizenship, no, right? So first we have to defeat the proposition in order to get my citizenship, because I want to go to college, you know?
How do you feel about the fact that so much of the state has voted in favor of 187?
I feel very good, because...
How do you feel about the fact that they voted in favor of it?
Oh, what do you mean?
They voted yes.
Oh, I feel very good, because with all this and with the board of these people, we want to defeat Wilson and the proposition.
Wilson has won the election, and it looks right now as though the proposition has passed.
We don't really care, because if we lost the elections, we want to continue, you know?
In the legal court?
Yeah, in the legal court, and then the streets and the schools and all that, and you know, the community.
You participated in the walkouts at Roosevelt, right?
Yeah, 2 of them. Yeah.
You think that did any good, or do you think maybe that did some harm?
Yeah, it's very good the work, you know, because we want to show to the Wilson and to the people that we can do it, you know.
At Carol's, we've caught one today in L.A.
There's another big storm out there, and it's
out at this point, though, as the numbers have shown.
this one very closely. Fox News coming straight up. Stay with us.
And it's over to the jury.
Percent of people that voted against 187.
Sure. All right, Kerry. Well, up next, the very latest on all the races and the hot ballot issues.
That's right. Complete coverage from around the state and around the nation when this KCAL 9 News Special continues.
We've had, even under the Reagan administration, limited help because there wasn't the appropriation.
We have propositions on today's ballot, none perhaps more controversial than Proposition 187, the so-called illegal immigration proposition, SOS, Save Our State. As it has from the beginning, it is almost a 2-to-1 margin, 12% of the precincts reporting nationwide, and it appears now that Prop 187 has a commanding lead of the yes votes, far ahead of the no votes as of this hour. But we should tell you the results are continuing to come in from all over the state of California. Different pockets are reporting. This is often the case here as we track the results coming in. Stay with us.
Court. Thank you very much. Neil Dizelle, thank you very much. So obviously, Mike, a lot of activity to take place before anything happens on 187 and what that will mean for school kids, for health services. In fact, we've got the vote count to go first. Reporting live from Costa Mesa at the Yes on 187 headquarters, Drew Griffin, Channel 2 Action News.
Yeah, Drew, let me ask you this. What explanation do they have there at those headquarters for the narrowing of this measure? It was ahead so far just a short time ago, and now the exit polls make it a real horse race. What explanation do they give for that?
Well, Mike, they still think that they're going to win by a wide margin. They do not believe our exit poll, and they tend to believe the numbers we have, which are very preliminary but still show a whopping lead. But if there was any tightening, I think you would have to attribute it to the anti-folks finally getting organized.
Brown tried to complete the triumvirate.
The insurance commissioner's race. Kathleen's building a new California.
Town with Brown campaign and Jerry and
One of those Republicans celebrating tonight is incumbent California Governor Pete Wilson.
A defeat in '94 would have killed his chances to do that. But he has gained. He was 20.
A United States Senator from the state of California. Let's take a look at those figures that we have here. Feinstein, as you can see, with 43.
Joining us this evening, I think first question in everyone's mind, litigation. Is it inevitable, and what form would it take against this controversial measure?
Well, I predict there'll be about 7 lawsuits filed tomorrow. The one that we're involved in with a host of other organizations, Mexican American Legal Defense Fund, the National Health Law Project, lots of other organizations, about 7, will be in federal court in the morning. There are other people going into state court. Health providers have a lawsuit. Education people have a lawsuit. So there will be a multitude of lawsuits, and so it's now in the hands of the courts. We, of course, think that it is unconstitutional. We think, I think you summed it up well. Lila versus Doe, Texas law.
Students who are volunteers to work against Proposition 187 is still very vocal here. They are here calling for justice, as you have heard them before. They're continuing that plea. But one of the things that has happened that's been very interesting here is what the people that I've talked to have said that this all means, that there is something that has happened that is greater beyond Proposition 187, and that is what it has done to bring the community of immigrants together. Dr. David Hayes Bautista of UCLA has done several studies on this, and I spoke to him earlier. Let's listen to what he has to say. Dr. David.
Benefits to illegal immigrants in the state of California, very controversial. There have been demonstrations against it in the streets by students who, of course, would lose educational benefits. Medical benefits would be cut off, as well as welfare benefits. We don't have the final numbers, but we understand that Proposition 187 is now projected to win. We will have more on that and analysis of it when we come back. For now, we'll take a break, and we'll have more of Election 94 in just a moment.
Continuamos nuestra cobertura especial Destino 94. En estos momentos el Partido Republicano tiene mucho que celebrar. Vamos de inmediato en vivo con nuestra compañera Nancy Agosto. Nancy, adelante.
Andrea, mucho que celebrar. El gobernador Pete Wilson acaba de hacer una entrada triunfal aquí a los cuarteles generales del Partido Republicano. Como pueden ver, están realizando ahora.
That he has hurt a lot of people and hurt the progress and the harmony of this state. I don't know how he's going to govern in the next 4 years should he be elected.
Now, on the other hand, it seems like it took a long time for the anti-187 forces to really gear the campaign. Once it really got going in the last month, it was very strong. But what about all those months leading up to this? Wilson has been talking about immigration for a long time now. What was the failure on the liberal side of the question?
I think that people didn't realize the kind of implications that this kind of immigrant bashing was going to have. Many of us over a year and a half ago started a group called Pride, trying to get the rhetoric silenced, trying to calm it down, trying to reason with people like Pete Wilson and others, and unfortunately they didn't pay attention, and now we're going to have the repercussions of that kind of rhetoric.
What do you...
Proposition 187. I think the student protest worked against Proposition 187 as well as the name calling. Basically, Bill Press and Kathleen Brown and the rest of the opponents of Proposition 87, it was clear that they were making personal attacks and trying to obscure the issue and inject hatred into the campaign. We on our side went out of our way to make this a positive campaign and said it's not even an immigration issue because we believe in legal immigration. We applaud all, and by the way, I think legal immigrants probably voted overwhelmingly in favor of this.
The Attorney General Dan Lundgren says that he has finally voted for it just the last minute, but he says that it's a possibility that can be overturned. Supreme Court, I don't know, what are your thoughts about that? His problem with it was the education.
Well, we always knew that this would go to the Supreme Court, and that's what it should go. The court should look at it, and we believe Chris Cox, who was President Reagan's lawyer, and former Deputy Attorney General Barr, as well as Susan Estrich and a lot of people believe that it is constitutional, and the court will find it constitutional.
All right, thank you very much. That was Congressman Dana Rohrabacher, 45th District. He, of course, was a winner tonight, and a number of people here have been winners in Orange County. This is, as I mentioned before, the heartland of the Republican Party. This is Rick Romero reporting live from Costa Mesa.
7 camp has been chief among these folks in terms of their demonstrativeness about this initiative have been the students, have been young people, and that is because one of its provisions would be to deny publicly funded education to the children of illegal immigrants or the illegal immigrant children. And so we're talking to some young people now who are here, and one thing that I've noticed is that they're very energetic, given the fact that they lost tonight. They are still very energetic, and it appears that they have been energized in a way that will reverberate beyond tonight. But first of all, tonight, let's talk to some of these folks. First of all, let me talk to you. How will 187 affect you now that it is passed?
How will 187 affect me now that it is passed?
Yeah, how will 187 affect you?
Well, some of my cousins, some of my relatives are illegal, and they might get sent back if now that it has passed,
Okay. What about you? Does it make you a suspect? What do you think it does to you as far as your education is concerned?
As far as my education is concerned, I ain't gonna be happy because, most of my friends are illegal, and it's gonna be like pretty hard for me to, continue,
Are they gonna stay out of school?
Are they gonna stay out of school?
Yeah.
No, they're gonna keep going to school until, they decide what to do,
What do you think will happen tomorrow? What do you think should happen?
I think that we should take this. It may be a battle that we have lost, but we have come together and we will win the war. So tomorrow, I don't want to see violence. I just want to see people going out, together, saying, we may have lost today, but we're going to win in the future. If you take a look behind us, this is all youth. These are all future voters and leaders. And we're all going to come together one day, maybe 4 years from now. But we'll come together and we'll take the state back.
Okay, thank you very much. We've got to go. We are live at the Biltmore Hotel. Mark Brown, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Buenas noches. People say no, they prefer the existing system, 25% yes. 187, immigration, which would deny illegal immigrants public assistance and public education. 62% of the vote say yes. They want that enforced, or at least that message sent to Washington. No, 38%. 188, smoking
de llegar a convertirse en ley en el estado de California. ¿Qué impacto podría tener esto en Washington?
Muy buena pregunta. Estamos en
desde hace ya varios minutos. Pete Wilson es el ganador, 59% del voto. Kathleen Brown, la candidata del Partido Demócrata, 37%. La señora Brown ya hizo su discurso concediendo la victoria a Pete Wilson, quien a su vez también ya hizo su discurso de aceptación. Para gobernador, el único que salió con la bandera de los demócratas, Gray Davis. Gobernador general, Tom Umberg, de los demócratas, 36%. Y Dan Lundgren, quien muy tardíamente apoyó la 187, 58%.
Jorge, muchísimas gracias. Y vayamos en vivo al cuartel general, donde los miembros del Partido Republicano celebran en estos momentos en grande su desempeño en estas históricas elecciones. Nancy Agosto se encuentra allí en vivo. Nancy, muy buenas noches.
Eso es muy bien, lo has dicho. Aquí se está celebrando en grande. Es una noche de triunfo para los republicanos de California y para los republicanos de todo Estados Unidos. Ha sido un triunfo total, tanto como para Pete Wilson como para Huffington y también para la proposición 187 que todos ellos propulsan. Por supuesto, tenemos con nosotros a una invitada que es de la campaña de Pete Wilson, la señora Sara Flores. Sara, ¿qué significa este triunfo para el Partido Republicano en las Cortes Federales? Esa es toda la información que tenemos hasta ahora. Regresamos con ustedes al estudio.
Nancy, muchísimas gracias.
Y ahora pasamos al cuartel general de los demócratas, donde se encuentra Pilar Gariboto para mostrarnos el sentimiento que reina en ese lugar. Pilar.
Bueno, Andrea, como nos podemos imaginar, aquí las cosas no están tan optimistas como en contraste lo que vimos hace unos minutos, las imágenes en la sede de la campaña republicana. Las cosas están bastante calmadas, los simpatizantes demócratas ya prácticamente se han retirado. Con nosotros se encuentra Javier